Serious, what are some of the biggest mistakes people can make in their 20s? Not brushing your teeth. When my father passed away, I slept away each night without taking care of myself. I've had so many root canals, removals, and pain because of it, and it only hurts what little self-image I have of myself. When your teeth go, you smile less and hate yourself a little more every day. It just takes so much away from you. Please take care of those chompers. Man, this is one I keep seeing and agreeing with. I started dipping when I was 16. Now I'm older and I brush my teeth 3 times a day and use mouthwash, and my gums still get swollen and still bleed and still hurt sometimes. It's ridiculous. Take care of your mouth. It's not worth it. And I'm still trying to kick the habit. Kids, seriously, we aren't lying when we say this. Not taking advantage of your greatest asset, time. When I was talking with an older friend who was very well off, millionaire, I jokingly said, "I'll trade you my age for your money." And his reply has always stuck with me. He said, "I can do more with your time than you can do with my money." I didn't take it as an insult but as motivation to make the most of my time and not waste it. Well, that's a quote to remember. Not wearing hearing protection in loud situations. The tinnitus is real, man. Heavy drinking. You can waste away years of your life like this, thinking you're just partying. A good friend of mine recently came to terms with his alcoholism. Getting blackout drunk every week for nearly a decade is not normal. Not normal, but definitely not frowned upon in college. It's a toxic environment in some colleges. Come Thursday night, if you're not out with friends having some drinks, it just seems weird and awkward. Get loans, credit cards that they can't fully pay off. Spend more money than you truly have or make. I did all that. Now I am punished by my own poor mistakes of trying to spend money with PPL who make way more. I got 2-3 more years and I am paid off. Never try and keep up with the Joneses. Having children by the wrong person. Marrying the wrong person. Not getting a routine of a healthy lifestyle. When older people say it gets a lot harder when you're older, they mean it. But you can always start treating your body better at any age. Don't throw in the towel because you're older. Don't make excuses. Make goals. Not wearing sunscreen. Seriously, people wear sunscreen. Getting sunburned just once can triple your risk of melanoma later in life. I work with a lot of older hippies, construction workers, landscapers, and arborists, and a lot of them have skin cancer and they all really wish they had worn sunscreen. Listen to Baz Luhrmann and wear sunscreen. If you're concerned about certain chemicals in sunscreen, there's always alternatives. Also look into Korean sunscreens. They have amazing sunscreens that go on smooth just like lotion and don't leave you sticky or contain some of the harsh chemicals in American sunscreens. Make it a part of your daily routine and you'll appreciate it later in life. For the majority of my friends in high school, it was trying H after experimenting with pills. Since then 6 have died and the rest are either struggling with their addiction or have completely ruined their lives. Don't waste time being self-conscious. Don't waste time on negative people, relationships, interpersonal dramas. Use this time for personal development. Get good at things you enjoy. Be friends with people who make you happy. Do interesting crap. Literally no one, ever, has looked back and been pleased that they spent 6 months embroiled in roommate drama. You're not going to, hopefully, be regaling the bar with how that B Cheryl bleached your towels in 6 years. It doesn't freaking matter. No one has ever been super jazzed that they nitpicked their own appearance for 7 years and consequently couldn't enjoy themselves because they were pulling at their clothing. I'm not talking about self-improvement. I'm talking about being really unhappy with yourself for the sake of being really unhappy with yourself. Stop doing that, you're fine. If your relationship involves screaming, drunken screaming, the silent treatment, weird subterfuge, or general nastiness, and I could make an endless list of BS behavior, leave that relationship. You are going to outgrow friendships. Other people are going to outgrow your friendship. This is normal. It's not an indictment of you as a person. It can be painful. Handle it with grace. And always, think before you react. Always be your own devil's advocate. Think about others. Think about how you sound when dealing with conflict. Being a stable person is partially an acquired skill. Learn it. taking your loved ones and your health for granted. Spending too much. It's important to start getting into the habit of saving now. Though if you like to travel, do some traveling now when you're young and in good health. But travel frugally and safely. Being too afraid to take chances. Not thinking about what truly matters to you. Temporary instant gratification versus long-term gratification. What you would have wanted to experience achieve if your life expectancy is cut short. Buying vehicles they can barely afford, not realizing that the really nice cars also usually have really high insurance rates. I saw this happen to some friends in my late teens early 20s. I have a friend that decided to go out and get a used Infiniti G37 coupe because it looked cool. One day he starts asking me how much I pay for insurance on my car. I ask him why he's curious and it turns out that he's paying almost $300 a month on insurance alone. And his car payment is around $350 for a 5-year loan. He was paying almost $700 a month for a $20 K car. Coasting on their potential. It's easy to put off actually doing anything while you're still basking in the glory of being the smart kid at school or university. But then all of a sudden you're 29 and there are celebrities younger than you and you find yourself wondering where to even get started. If you want something, the time to start working towards it is while you're young and hungry. People used to tell me all the time that I had so much potential, then one day I noticed I didn't hear it anymore. Potential isn't worth a dang thing unless you do something with it. Don't think that there is plenty of time to save for retirement. If it is possible for you to put something away on a regular basis, do it. The best time to start is when you get a job that offers you more pay than what you were getting. Take a percentage of the increase and start savings that right from the beginning. That helps make it such that you never miss it. Living a lifestyle you can't afford. Along with this, not saving money, emergency fund, retirement, etc. Even just a little bit is better than nothing. Saving big chunks like tax returns instead of treating yourself is hella smart. Maxing out credit cards. Kids witness their parents opening up credit cards at major retail stores, not understanding what it means. Since most teens are inadequately prepared for handling finances fresh out of high school, opening credit cards is just what mom and dad always did. Credit cards are great when used properly and paid off monthly. 20+% interest is ungodly. My dad calls the interest charged on credit card purchases a stupid tax. Frick everything else in this thread. Take care of your teeth. To add to this, go to the fricking dentist. You are not Tom Hanks in Castaway all isolated on a desert island. Take care of yourself. Your habits now will follow you for a long time. I'm 27 and starting to realize this, so I'm trying to turn things around. Less drinking, more salads, less carbs, etc. Also don't waste money on stupid crap. If you're about to buy something stupid, just think, will I get annoyed at having this in 2 years? Falling out of the habit of exercising regularly. It's such an easier habit to maintain than it is to adopt in one's 30s. The solution is finding something you actually like to do. If running on a treadmill at Planet Fitness sounds like the little manifestation of heck on earth, then maybe go wakeboarding a few times a week or lift weights or ride a bike or do yoga or freaking jazzercise. Whatever makes you happy and shows you progress in yourself over time is what you should do for exercise. Get a DUI. It will seriously freak up your life. Uber and taxis for years are cheaper than one DUI. Just freaking coast through life waiting for something to happen. Nobody is gonna walk up to you and hand you a meaning to your life or a fulfilling career. Adding to this, just because you don't know what to do with your life, doesn't mean you should do nothing. Having a kid before being in a committed relationship, being married and being financially prepared. Friend of a friend had a kid and I feel bad for the little one. The mom more or less is having her mom take care of her while she does drugs. Everyone should wait till they're ready. Forgetting about calling and visiting your parents. Seriously, it may sound weird, but when I was in my 20s I was so happy to be out of the house that I made the mistake of disconnecting with my mom and dad. I wish I would have done more. Not caring about credit score, getting credit cards and maxing them out and not being able to keep up with the payments. I'm speaking from personal experience here. I was never taught to be financially responsible and it's been a hard lesson learned. I'm 35 now, my credit score is slowly creeping up, and I have a 3-year plan budget for home ownership. I'm literally a decade behind where I wanted to be. Not exercising. Never stop. Keep an active lifestyle if you can. It only gets harder and harder to get back into it. Racking up more school debt than they need to because they feel they need to stick it out at the expensive private college for whatever reason. Friends, relationship, school reputation, etc. Thinking that you either deserve or don't deserve things that happen to you. Don't be comfortable. Seriously, be uncomfortable. Interview for a job that's out of your league. Ask the girl out that's out of your league. Apply for grad school that's out of your league. When the worst thing that can happen is the same as if you never tried. Try. That's my secret, Captain. I'm always uncomfortable. Not investing in yourself. Work out, learn skills, professional and personal. Stop wasting time. Going to law school and then dropping out in their last semester. Good luck finding a non-law job with law school on your resume. Even Marizo if you didn't finish. When you inevitably default on your student loans because you couldn't find a job, now you can't qualify for the military or any other government jobs. Oh, and you also can't take out new loans to finish up school. Except now you can't finish school either because you only have 7 years from when you begin to finish. Source: I'm really fricked and would be worth more money if I jumped off a bridge tomorrow. Loans have ballooned up to $300,000 and can't be discharged. If you're in California, Virginia, Vermont, or Washington, you can take the bar exam without having your degree. I don't know if that helps you, but I hope it does. Getting into a relationship with someone who has control issues. A lack of respect for personal boundaries is a serious red flag. The risks include depleted savings, ruined credit, damaged a career, frayed ties to family and friends, and ending up with one or more unplanned children. Serious advice: if a charming person has that red flag but you think you can manage it, don't even try. Not having the dedication to save and keep saving. I currently just got out of college and started to get into the rhythm of working after having a dry spell on applying places since December. I'm lucky I had some money to back up those months of not really being employed. Now that I started to get some income in, I'm trying so hard to put away those paychecks and hold on to them for when I want to find a house or for retirement fund. But I'm still in the mindset of if I see something I need it. Not being interesting. Really, it takes time to be interesting. It takes time to grow a personality and an identity that isn't based off the things you like, or worse, the things you hate, or some preconceived labels. People say, go out, live life, have an adventure, and yeah, that's a way to be interesting. But reading books, writing, painting, cultivating a knowledge base either very specific or very broad, those are also ways to be interesting. And what's so important about being interesting? Well, the obvious way is that it's a way to meet people and make them stay. And while you may not need people, it's still nice to have them. But I'd probably say even more important than that is that it gives you a sense of who you are and what you want to do, and thus ways to relate to people. Because you can't be interesting without interests and goals beyond just living to tomorrow and avoiding suffering. Because life isn't just about avoiding suffering, or at least, we all should hope it isn't. And when tragedy inevitably comes, or you find yourself suddenly in a strange new place or alone, in the end, you'll find yourself interesting. Too interesting to give up on. Too interesting to throw away. So do something unique. Dare to disagree. Explore an inclination. Scratch an itch. Because in this cynical world, it's dangerous to just be a collection of likes and dislikes. Easily moved and swayed because you don't have a place. Because you don't have a place you want to be. So be interesting. Sacrifice learning for earning. Not saying you have to go to college, but you need to learn a marketable skill in a career that has a future. Working as a server, bartender or other similar job for easy money is not a viable long-term move. I see many 40-year-old servers who look 50 and hate life. 20s are a minefield. Everything you do determines a large chunk of your future. I'd say the most careful with drugs and relationships. In my 33 years, those two things have been the most damaging and life dream threatening. Just my .02. Marry the first person that shows interest in them because they feel like it's their only chance to be with someone, and having kids immediately after, because kids improve marriage. Number. Just, no. Kids are cool, but as long as both parents fully participate and the baby puts an enormous strain even on a healthy relationship. MLMs. Wasting time. I wasted so much time, and here I am in the first year of college at 29 years of age while most of the people in my class are 18-19 years old. 26-year-old student checking in. On the plus side, being an adult learner has caused me to take my studies a lot more seriously. Staying in a relationship because they think that's as good as relationships get. Or staying because you don't want to throw the last X number of years away. Sunk cost fallacy. Those years are gone no matter whether you stay together or break up. Getting fat. I am 35 and fat, and people are disgusted by me and hate me. No one sits next to me on the bus, and when they have to, their revulsion is palpable. I never thought I would let myself go, but I did. I'm miserable with myself. Take care of yourself or someday you'll be just like me. Going to college without a plan or moving towards an actually marketable degree just because it's what you think you should be doing because it's what everyone else is doing. Too late. This is advice for 17-18-year-olds. Think that time is infinite. It gets faster when one gets older, and as soon as you know it, you hit your 30s. I am 61. I swear I was 24 the day before yesterday. It goes really fast when you start turning 30. I know a lot of people who fricked up bad by marrying in their early 20s. I was one of them. For college students in engineering sciences, thinking their grades don't matter if they aren't interested in grad school, don't slack off and be a C student if you can do better. That just finally stopped screwing my husband. Just losing yourself. People are mentioning exercise, hobbies, relationships, but those are just symptoms. Losing yourself is a freaking slow, gradual process until you are in your mid-30s and aren't doing crap with anything you liked for the past 3 decades. It's great to experiment on new things, and some childish things will fade away, but if you just keep moving around like a flea looking for a dog, you are just going to feel like a parasite on the butt of life. So if you like reading fantasy books, freaking do that crap. You like going boarding, go get some, but freaking don't just go to work, come home, listen to someone else's version of how things should be, and go to sleep. Freaking go out there and get a freaking life. You have been visited by the romantic doggo. Comment love is magic so you never fall in the friend zone. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day, you magnificent people.